Hey, we are live. It's working. I was just a little while of just a little bit of spinning. So we're back again because we always come back to speak to you live. It's your girls, Sutton and Lace, co-founder and founder of the Flavor Room. And today we have some really, really exciting news. But first, I just want to say, look at that background. Isn't it beautiful? It's stunning. This is what we're bringing to our event next week. And you can see all of our beautiful, beautiful sponsors there as well. Unising, Magva Designs, Bailey Global, Becoming, Empire Kitchen, and of course the Flavor Room and Flavor Works. And we want to celebrate today because all of this, we're showing you this to give you a sneak peek of some of the visuals, but also because it makes sense for this live, because we want to share, drum roll please, our research paper is now live. You heard it here first. It's live. 6 months of researching, 24 hours of interview. We have been busy in the background and we are here with the research paper live to put our stake in the ground that the Flavor Room is not only here, but our asses are here to stay. So you best keep your eyes open and see a lot more of us.
What she said. I mean, absolutely. This has been 6 months in the running, the same length of time that the Flavor Room has existed. And it's really incredible to be at this moment right now because 6 months ago, I was like, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do a research paper? Like that seemed like a huge, lofty goal because nobody does that. Nobody is out here in these streets doing research. Everybody, as we spoke about yesterday, is just running their mouths, not standing on business, just speaking from supposition and conjecture. But we are not doing that. The Flavor Room is not a membership. The Flavor Room is not a networking space. The Flavor Room is not a go girl community. The Flavor Room is not a coaching program. The Flavor Room is an invite only curated ecosystem for diverse leaders and entrepreneurs of color. The Flavor Room is a movement that moves. And we are showing that we move.
Oh, we have moved.
We have moved and we will continue to move. People talk all day long about the online space, the bro marketing, the problems with it, the this and that. But how many people are making moves to bring about solutions? I'll wait because I know we are, right? And this is the first step. So let's talk about that. But before we do, I just want to give a special shout out, Lace, to all of the haters, to everyone who doubted us, everyone who said, how is that going to help me? How is that going to help? What are your financial projections? I don't know about that. You probably want to be quiet about that. No one's going to listen. Oh, that's so cute. You guys are going to write a little paper. Yay. Come see our paper. Come read it. Pull up a comfy chair, a warm beverage, and come read our paper. We are not playing around over here. Time and time again, we have been underestimated and undervalued on this journey. And time again, we have proven the haters wrong, and we will continue to do so. So I just wanted to give a thanks to them because they help us show up even bigger and better each and every day.
Absolutely, they do. They do. So we're grateful. We are grateful, not very, very grateful. And it just proves again why all of this is needed. So why did we write it? Why did we write this silly little paper that isn't going to help anyone, isn't going to make any money, and people kind of side-eyed us or just looked at us blankly like, what? Why? What a waste of time when you could be out there selling your little blueprint or something. Well, I'm going to tell you why we wrote it. Because we have lived in the gaps, being in spaces and places where we did not fit in, places that were not made for us, but our money was still extractable. People will still try to get money out of us, although they are not serving us. Because we have witnessed the lack of leadership, the lack of standards, the lack of accountability, which is so often replaced with deflection and I don't know and head buried in the sand. Because we have seen who influences and what they are influencing. And we decided enough was enough. It's time for change. So we dived in and we asked the questions that most people are either too afraid to ask, and I get that, or don't care enough to ask.
And this matters because this affects everyone. Whether you want to keep your head in the sand and say, I don't know, as Lace articulated, or say, oh, well, that's just a Black people problem. It's just a brown people problem. See, we're all entrepreneurs, right? That stuff does. Look, I just saw a flyer the other day that had like maybe one brown person, right? So it's all good. That stuff doesn't happen anymore. Shh. Okay, it's your mindset. You just don't want to work hard enough. You want to blame all of your shortcomings on other people. You're being toxic. You don't want to celebrate women. Look, this space is for you. We said we want to empower women. But what they didn't tell you was the kind of women they wanted to empower. What they didn't tell you was that your space is better reserved for you to be the help or to be helped, not to be seen as a leader, not to be seen as someone who can wield influence. And we see that each and every day with flyers, with marketing, with websites that talk about empowerment and equality and all of those wonderful, fluffy words. But it's like a family portrait, as we said last week. The same people up for awards, winning the same awards, putting each other on a full diversity category where it's just white women. This is why we wrote the paper, and this is why it matters. Because for far too long, entrepreneurs of color, as we just said, undervalued, underrepresented, underestimated, are shoved into programs, manipulated through marketing, saying, join this program. This white person is going to teach you all that you need to know. Look, they've made it. Don't you want to make 6 and 7 figures like this person? You need to get in this program because no one else can teach you, right? Then other stuff comes up. The hidden systems, as we've discussed in our paper, the financial racial abuse, all of these things that no one talks about, but they tell you just to keep going. Look at that perfect Instagram feed, right? That's what you can do, but it's not attainable. It was never meant to be attainable. It was meant to do a bait and switch. Make you think that you could get there. So you pay the money and then down the rabbit hole you go, always questioning yourself that you're never going to be good enough. We've all seen it, the marketing tactics, the sales tactics, the hustle, right? The manipulation, the copy paste, the cookie cutter. And how many people have felt the burn from that? Let us know in the comments if you felt that, if you've experienced that, if you've witnessed that. There's so many things that go on online that are harmful, that are a microcosm of society at large, right? And we're seeing that now, everybody talking about different things going on in society, everyone clutching their pearls and shocked, how can this happen? Well, the online space is a reflection of that. And so we're saying, this is the line in the sand. No one else is going to talk about it unless it's performative, unless they can talk about it to be trendy, right? To be polarizing, to get some views. But we can tell you firsthand, when you approach those same people who are saying, if you're going to be, what do they say, racist, if you're going to be anti such and such, You're not allowed in my program. You're not allowed in my space. But what happens behind the scenes when you say, hey, we saw your content, we saw your post, we would love to connect with you. We would love to partner with you and to amplify what you said about diversity, what you said about empowerment. Crickets. Why crickets? Because it's all a show. If it was real, they would stick their neck out. If it was real, they would come with something like we just came with. But they won't. And that's okay, because we've got it covered. So I could talk about that forever. Is it legit? That's the name of our paper. Is it legit, Lace? Redefining equity, leadership, and influence in the online space. For far too long, we have been made to believe collectively that influence, right, legitimacy when it comes to online business means what? Being the biggest, being the loudest, having the largest following, having the slickest marketing, the slickest funnel, right? The best tripwire offer. Oh, you got to do all these things. What's that?
The perfectly rounded months.
The perfectly rounded big money months. 10K, 100,000 in your sleep, in your dreams. Manifest it. Go get it, girl. Who's getting that? That's not reality. And that is okay that it's not reality. There's a lot of people that don't want that, but it's been collectively shoved down people's throats saying that's the standard. Because who benefits from that being the standard? Surely not you that's listening to us right now. Surely not us, or else we wouldn't be here, right? We'd be basking in, making money off of that, but that's not the case. So is it legit? Redefining equity, redefining leadership and influence. There is no room for what we've been seeing in the online space the past few years. As we talked about yesterday, the market is changing. Whether or not people want you to believe that or not, it's just what it is. That's a fact. That's undisputable. And having this conversation, doing this research, you as a listener, as a business owner, taking time to look at this research is going to help you better prepare for what is happening and what is going to continue to happen. Because legitimacy, being relevant online, just opening your mouth and having words come out and maybe some leprechauns and rainbows as well is not enough. People are not stupid. They've been around the block enough now to know what the game is. And this is why you're seeing certain people panicking, certain people coming out with offers and different things that don't make sense because they're feeling the heat. What once was working is no longer working. So, Lace, we want to give them some kind of background, like for us specifically, how we got to this point of this paper.
Well, the paper was a really interesting thing that came about during a discussion, actually. And it was like we creating pathways of where we wanted to go with the flavor room, what we were going to do. And this idea came up, and it was an immediate yes from us. It came up and we were like, this makes sense. This is what we need to do. It's not going to make sense to the outside world. People are going to look at us and give us blank stares. But we knew this is how we needed to move. We knew that we can't just show up here and say whatever and it's just taken as gospel. It doesn't happen for folks like us. It's extra stuff we have to go through. So we decided we're going to do this the right way, that we were going to do this paper. We were going to have something to back up what we're saying, something that we can stand on. So we're not just here parroting opinion or people who are going to say, oh, yeah, well, that's just your beliefs. We were going to go out Just check. We're not crazy. Other people are experiencing this, and see what comes up. And we went out there, we did the work, and we knew we weren't crazy, but now we definitely know we're not crazy, and we've got something to prove that, because we're not the only ones thinking like this. We're not the only ones that have experienced this. And we have interviewed entrepreneurs from all different backgrounds, all different walks of life. And yeah, white folks were included too. And they have only backed up what we had already been experiencing and gave us other insights as well. So that's where it came from. But it was something we knew we needed to do. We needed to have something to stand on, something that was real, something that we could continue to build the Flavor Room and our brand from. And we've got it.
We've got it, and we've got it going on over here. And Lace, I want to give a special shout out to Lola Oyefemi, because I think she was the first person that we told about this.
Yep.
And she saw the vision, and I think her words were something to the effect of, wow, that's huge. You guys got to do this. So huge shout out to her. And yeah, like you said, we had to do this the right way. We couldn't just come in and interview a bunch of people and say, see, because that would have been picked apart. Had we looked different than what we look, yeah, probably could have passed with just some anecdotal stories. But we said, no, we're going to roll up our sleeves and do the research from reputable sources, right? Because that would have been something else that would have been picked apart.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking over 20 plus hours of interviews. We are talking 25 pages. We are talking at least a dozen sources, from Duke University, from Forbes, from MIT. So we came with the gusto over here. And this was not something that was easy. It was not easy. And I'll even admit it, there was times I was like, do we really want to do this? Because the findings only confirm everything that we've been talking about. And it's going to make people uncomfortable, as it should. But these are not, nice realities. And something else we did very intentional with this paper is leave it open for the reader to decide for themselves. We did not come in giving solutions. We were very intentional. We did not want this paper to provide solutions, because then it turns into something else entirely. We wanted this paper to spark conversation. So then people have read it, and then we can talk about the solution, which we have. The solution, which we will be talking about at our event, the Flavor Room Experience, which is essentially the coming out party of the Flavor Room and the unveiling of our research paper, Is It Legit? Redefining Equity, Leadership, and Influence in Online Business. So yeah. Lace, do we want to give them a screen share, or you want me to do that? Because we have a page on our website. We have an interactive page on our website that walks you through the paper. Again, this paper is 25 pages, including narratives and a reference list. So it wasn't going to be possible to put each and every page on the website. And again, we had to come correct. We were not going to be coming up in here giving people a dusty PDF. So in Flavor Room fashion, went the extra mile. Okay. So when you check out the page for our research paper, it is interactive. You can select how you want to read it. So you can choose your reading depth. If you want core claims only, you just want those quick summaries. Or if you want, the full what is it? The full research that is here for you, including references, including personal narratives. It is all here. Lace, do you want to pick a section and just kind of quickly show them? You can pick your section that you wrote.
It looks really small. How can I make it bigger?
I don't know.
Clicking the bigger button and it's like, yeah, no.
I don't know.
So I don't know how well you guys can see that. But now I have to make my screen small so I can actually scroll for you. But here we go.
What you can do is, Grace, check on Facebook, see if it's still small on there.
Let me have a nosy. All right, just having a quick look so we can show you the goods. Want to make sure you can see the goods. Everything is moving a little slow. So, yeah, it looks, you can kind of see it, but you'd have to go full screen.
Okay, well.
Yeah, you can see it fine on the full screen.
That's fine. That's okay, because for those of you that are really interested, we're going to drop the link and you can go look at it yourself.
Yes, absolutely.
And if
for whatever like said, you can choose how deep you go.
Yeah. And shout out to our brilliant software engineer, our web developer, our tech genius, Atman Buchari, for putting together not only the Flavor Room website, but also that interactive experience for our research paper, Is It Legit? Redefining Equity, Leadership, and Influence in Online Business. We could not have done this without him. He's been brilliant to work with. Yeah.
Absolute genius. My favorite nerd in the whole world. And his work is just, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. He knows what he's doing. And we're very, very grateful.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're interested in our research, go check it out. We're going to pop the link in the comments. And if you haven't registered for our event, where we're going to be discussing the paper, certain sections of paper more in depth, we're going to have spoken word and artistic expression, 6 and 7 February. Link in the comments for that as well to register. And it's for anyone, any business owner who cares about this stuff. You don't have to be Black. You don't have to be brown. You just have to be someone who cares, and who's real about it. So come join us for that. And if you visit our site or our page for the paper and you'd like to want more, send us an email or send Lace or I a message. And we'd be happy to provide you with the entire research paper if that's something that, you want to do. If you want to, consume the entire 25 pages, we welcome you to do that. But yeah, go check out our page. And yeah, Lace, do you have anything else?
No, all the links are there for you. So we will see you next week. We really look forward to it because I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. You can already see a little bit here of what's going on. And we have been practicing, ironing out the tech, doing all the things. We are not playing around here. So come and have some fun. Come and learn something. Come and be wowed. That's all I've got.